Got this at a local shop called RU Games. Let's see if my camera wants to work with me here. No, it's not really enough light in here. Sorry about that, guys. But it was only $4.99. It's brand new, sealed. They don't usually sell new games unless they're from the new generation, so it's not too bad of a find. I love Naruto. I'm a big Naruto fan. I guess that's kind of weird for a guy in his 30s, but whatever. I enjoy it. I got this when I got Devil Summoner. It was only like $4, so I picked this up. It's Rise of Kasai. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It is new. I've never played it, but it's GameStop new, of course. You know how they love to take games out of the packages. They deprive you of your unwrapping and unshrink wrapping. I hate that. The girl said it was a pretty good game, and it's actually a sequel to another one, so I give it a shot. It was cheap. This I couldn't pass this up. The Taito Legends 2. Now this is a Walmart pickup for $15. And the reason why I picked this up, I'm not too big of a fan of Taito for the most part, but it has, no, it's not going to work here either. It has Darius Gate on it, so I'm pretty excited to have a side-scrolling shooter from my childhood. I was a big fan of the Gaiden, the Darius games, so Darius Twin, I believe, is the one I played the heck out of. And this was an actual suggestion from Benzo8686. I believe that's his name. I'm not really into RPGs, as I've said, but you know, I can't just dismiss a genre, and I'm willing to play through a game that hits on some notes, and I'm a big sci-fi fan. I kind of like pirates, so when I saw a review of this game several times from different people, it's always gotten good reviews, and I had an opportunity to pick it up very cheap from Amazon, sealed in the package. I picked this up with Blue Dragon, so I have enough RPGs now to kind of fill in that sweet tooth up for it. Now to my retro pickups. RU Games, I had mentioned where I got in Naruto. It's a local game shop here in town. They've been around. They started at the flea market, kind of like all the other places. Usually do have a story similar. But they are pretty much the only place you can get games from like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Dreamcast, PlayStation. And they trade in, of course, PlayStation and Xbox, PlayStation 2 games and Xbox games. And I picked up for $2.99 Sonic the Hedgehog boxed. It doesn't have, as X-File 2708 would say, the wee willy winky. It doesn't have that. And of course this is a pack-in cartridge, looks like. So, but yeah, for $2.99, can't have too many Sonics, right? Another game I got from them is Arrow the Acrobat. This was $7.99. Arrow's a pretty good game, from what I remember. I wasn't too big of a Sega Genesis fan back when I was a kid, but after, the Super Nintendo lost its cool and the fanboy in me died down, I started giving it a shot. It was okay. So those are two of the games I got from Sega Genesis at RU Games. This I picked up in a trade from Dinky Dana. And I appreciate Dinky Dana for trading me. Mortal Kombat Original for the Sega Genesis. It's great stuff. Good times, blood code, all that. Yeah. I think it has the blood code. That might be part 2, though. Can't remember. Another game I got from him is Street Fighter Champion Edition. He had told me the box was kind of ratty. If he wanted to know if I wanted to take another game, I believe, and I was like, nah, I don't really care. I'm really after the cartridge. So the box is a little ratty, but I can always get that later. So I'm really happy to have this. I wasn't too big of a Genesis Street Fighter person because you had to get the controller, and I didn't have the 6-button at the time. So when I got rid of my Genesis, I had gotten rid of the game too. But it's back in the stable. Gonna try and collect as many old Street Fighter 2 games as we can. And another game here, Soldiers of Fortune. Now, I'm a big shooter fan. I love shmups, and this was a multi-directional shooter. Came out on the Amiga first, or it was one of the first systems that it came out for. And this is actually Chaos Engine in Britain, or the UK, as they like to call it. So, yeah, really, really bad lighting here, so I'm not able to give good stuff. And this is like 3 a.m., so the lighting is strictly what's coming from my lamps. Alright, so that's it for Sega Genesis games. Let me get this out the way so I have a little working room. So I'm kind of working in the corner here. Alright, so at RU Game, I picked up a couple Nintendo 64 games. This one is WrestleMania 2000. There's a couple games on the Nintendo 64 that are great party games, and I think the wrestling games are those games. Of course, Perfect Dark and GoldenEye are very fun with multiple people. But don't dismiss the wrestling games, and WrestleMania 2000 is one of the better ones. I don't like the characters as much because I was a big WCW fan in that era, but the game is flawless. And WWF No Mercy. Again, I got this from RU Games. Very good place, and yeah, this is another great wrestling title. Good mechanics. And a Nintendo game I got from there is Heavy Barrel from Data East. Now, this is a multi-directional shooter as well. I played this game like it was going out of style back in, I played this 7th grade back in like the late 80s all the way until I traded it off to a buddy who had never played it in high school. So I was really happy to get this. I don't actually have a Nintendo or one of those knockoffs, and I don't really care to have one of those knockoffs. So one day when I'll get a top loader, that'll be great. But in the meantime, I picked up something on the Wii. Now, I just recently picked up a Wii, and got a great deal on it. Got it on my credit card at Walmart. And I don't have to pay interest on it for a year, so I was like, oh, well, I got a TV for my retro systems, like the Dreamcast, so picked up the Wii with it, and this is one of the first games I've actually picked up. And I bought it for, of course, Heavy Barrel. Now, there are a lot of good games on here, but Heavy Barrel is the one that I bought it for. And the final game, and it's a goodie. A lot of reviews. Happy Console Gamer. He has a really good channel, and he did a really quick review of that. I think in one of his pickup titles, he mentioned and had some gameplay, and I've heard some good things about it. So I picked it up. I've beaten the first chapter, and it was everything I thought it was going to be and more. I love the old House of the Dead games. I played the heck out of them. Unfortunately, shooters have gone by the wayside until the Wii came back and picked them up. Because of the HD TVs and whatnot, you can't use light guns on them. So only retro gamers usually, play the new ones. So it's great that the Wii has that. It's not just a gimmick. They do have some use for that motion control where it's warranted. So I'm Hooflunk128, and thanks for watching.